Hey. What's up? Right. Oh, god damn it. Let me get this organized here for you guys. I just found something really cool. I figured we could spend like half an hour looking at this together. But I need to like set the stage here. So let's get... Ooh. There we go. Hi everyone. Hello. May I introduce you all to something really cool that I just found. I was getting ready. Let me refresh the cache of that chat. I was getting ready to, you know, go and sleep, get all organized, when I discovered something called ChatGPT. Now, you may not know what ChatGPT is, don't you worry. I didn't know either. But this might very well be one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And that is not an understatement. Now, other people are here using ChatGPT to write code. Some people are here using ChatGPT to research topics. But I want to use ChatGPT to write a story. And not just a small story, not a short story. I want to use ChatGPT to write a full-blown fantasy novel for you guys, where I will sit here and read it out to you, beginning to end. And I figured it would be interesting, you know? I figured that would be an interesting idea to do. Now, I've already tried it out once. It was doing pretty well. I only got to chapter 1. It was long. And I figured it would be a cool idea to do this for you guys. So, let's say hello. Hello. I would like to write a fantasy story with you, please. Sure thing. I'd love to help you write a fantasy story. Do you have any specific ideas or characters that you would like to include? So, here's where we're going to get pretty interesting. So, we got to write it basically a beginning script. An idea for it to build off of, okay? So, I'm thinking classic fantasy, right? You got good guys, you got bad guys. You got humans, elves, and dwarves versus demons and goblins and trolls, right? With the wildlands being wild and chaotic. So let's give it that idea. Let's see what it runs with. Two main characters, the protagonist and her mentor. Protagonist is an orphan with innate magical talent who is picked up by the mentor. You choose their names. The world setting is high fantasy with elves, dwarves, humans, demi-humans locked in mortal combat against demons, goblins, and whatnot. Let it decide, right? Cool idea. Tensions between the good side are strained. Let's see what it has to say. Sounds like a great start. Let's call the protagonist Arya and the mentor Garnet. Garnet is a skilled wizard who takes Arya under her wing and begins teaching her how to harness and control her magical abilities. The two of them journey together through the war-torn land, using their skills and wits to fight against the dark forces that threaten to destroy the world. As they travel, Arya and Garnet encounter a variety of different races and cultures, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. The elves are agile and quick, but their arrogance often puts them at odds with other races. The dwarves are tough and resilient, but they can be stubborn and slow to change. Humans are resourceful and adaptable, but are also prone to infighting and distrust. Despite the tensions between different races, Arya and Garnet find themselves forming unlikely alliances as they work together to take down the demons and other evil creatures that threaten their world. As Arya grows in power and confidence, she begins to uncover long-held secrets about her past and the role she is destined to play in the fate of the world. Will she be able to embrace their true potential and rise to the challenge, or will she succumb to the darkness within her? The story's yours to tell. Well, it's yours to tell. All right. That's the premise. Now, I'm going to also... I want to throw a curveball. I want to... Can you also add a twist in Chapter 4, but not tell me what it is in advance? There will be 8 chapters. Sure, I'll add a twist to Chapter 4 and keep it a surprise for you. Here's... Whoa! Stop! Ah! Don't look at this! Don't look at this! No! Well, here's the twist. I'm not gonna read that. We're gonna start at Chapter 1, okay? I didn't expect it to just... Spoilers! Spoilers! Who's Thorn? We haven't even done Chapter 1 yet. Holy shit, dude. This thing can write. I didn't want you to write Chapter 4 yet. We haven't even written Chapter 1. Apologize for misunderstanding your request. I thought you wanted me to include a twist in Chapter 4 story. If you'd prefer to write a story one chapter at a time, I'm happy to do that as well. Start Chapter 1, go from there. Do you have any specific ideas what you'd like to include in Chapter 1? Chapter 1 will start at the orphanage in the slums of a large city rife with corruption. I think that's a good start. Okay. Here is Chapter 1. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I introduce you to the story we are writing together here today. Starting with Chapter 1. Let's get some music that's more fitting. Here we go. The orphanage was located in the slums of the city, a dirty and dangerous place where few people cared to venture. It was a place of desperation and despair, where the forgotten and discarded children of the city were left to fend for themselves. Arya was one of those children. She had no memory of her parents or of the life she had lived before arriving at the orphanage. All she knew was that she was alone in the world, with no one to turn to and no place to call home. But Arya was not like the other children at the orphanage. She had a gift, a spark of magic that set her apart from the rest. It was a gift that she struggled to control, and one that she kept hidden from the world. One day, a strange woman appeared at the orphanage. She was an odd, eccentric character with wild hair and piercing eyes. Her name was Garnet, and she was a wizard. Garnet had heard of Arya's magical abilities, and she had come to the orphanage to offer her a chance at new life. She offered to take Arya away from the orphanage and teach her how to control and harness her magic. Arya was hesitant at first. She had never known kindness or love, and she was afraid of what the outside world might hold. But Garnet was persistent, and Arya knew she had no other options. So she packed her few belongings and left the orphanage with Garnet, embarking on a journey that would change the course of her life forever. The two of them journeyed together through the war-torn land, using their skill and wits to fight against the dark forces that threatened to destroy the world. You should feed the output into mid-journey for illustration. Ooh. Well, I'd need to pull up Discord for that, Destructive Land. So not today. Maybe another time, though. Maybe another time. But that's definitely a cool idea. All right. Keep writing. Here's Chapter 2. Arya and Garnet traveled for days, crossing through forests and mountains, avoiding dangers both natural and supernatural. Garnet was a skilled wizard, and she used her magic to protect them from harm and to find their way. But even with Garnet's help, the journey was not easy. They encountered all manner of creatures along the way, some friendly and some hostile. They had to be constantly on guard, always ready to defend themselves. Despite the challenges they faced, Arya was grateful for the opportunity to leave the orphanage behind. She was finally free, and she was learning more about her magic every day. Garnet was a patient and understanding teacher, and she helped Arya to channel her power in new and creative ways. As they traveled, Arya began to feel a sense of purpose that she had never known before. She was no longer an orphan, alone and forgotten in the world. She was a young wizard, with power to make a difference. But even as Arya's confidence grew, she knew that there were many dangers ahead. The land was at war, and forces of darkness were everywhere. She and Garnet would have to be strong if they hoped to survive. Is there anything specific you'd like to see happen next chapter? I think Arya encounters slave traders and doesn't like it and reacts badly. Here is chapter 3. As Arya and Garnet journeyed deeper into the heart of the war-torn land, they encountered all manner of dangers. They fought against demons and goblins and encountered many other creatures, both good and evil. But perhaps the greatest threat they faced came from the humans. Ooh, change of music for this one, I think. The war had driven many people to desperation, and some had turned to dark and desperate measures in order to survive. One day, as Arya and Garnet were traveling through a crowded market, they came across a group of slave traders. The men were heavily armed and looked dangerous, and they were busy auctioning off a group of elven prisoners. Arya was horrified by the sight. She had never seen slavery before, and she could not believe that people could be treated so cruelly. Without thinking, she stepped forward and used her magic to free the prisoners. The slave traders were furious, and they attacked Arya and Garnet, but Arya was a skilled and powerful wizard, and she was not about to let herself be taken without a fight. She used her magic to defend herself and Garnet, driving the slave traders off and freeing the prisoners. The elves were grateful to Arya and Garnet, and they offered to help them on their journey. Arya was hesitant at first, but Garnet convinced her that they could use all the help they could get. So Arya and Garnet set off once again, this time with a group of elven allies by their side. They knew that the road ahead would be difficult, but they were determined to see it through the end. There you go. This is sick, dude. This is so cool. This is like amazingly well done. I can't believe it. I genuinely can't. And Lady Fluffbutt, AI isn't inherently evil. It depends on how you use it. That is basically how it goes. Yeah, that's it. Like, AI isn't inherently evil, it's how you use it. That's the way I believe it. Anyway, here we go. Chapter 4. Chapter 4 should have a twist and have Arya come across beasts people who discriminate against her viciously but are good at heart. Let's see what it comes up with this. Arya and Garnet's journey took them through many different lands, each with its own challenges and dangers. They encountered all manner of creatures, some friendly and some hostile. One day they came across a group of beast people. These creatures were a proud and noble race, with the bodies of animals and the minds of men. They were known for their strength and their fighting prowess, and they were feared and respected throughout the land. But as Arya and Garnet approached the beast people's village, they were met with hostility and aggression. The beast people were suspicious of outsiders, and they were particularly wary of humans. Let's swap the music. Let's do this one. No, not that one. What about this one? There we go. They saw Arya and Garnet as threats, and they attacked them without warning. Arya was taken apart. Jesus Christ. Arya was taken aback by the beast people's aggression, as she struggled to defend herself and Garnet. But even as she fought, she couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to the beast people's hostility than met the eye. As it turned out, Arya was right. The beast people had been driven to desperation by a group of demons that had been preying on their village. They'd lost many of their own, and they were desperate to protect what was left of their community. Arya and Garnet offered to help the beast people drive the demons away, and in return, the beast people agreed to let them stay in their village. It was an uneasy alliance, but it was one that would prove to be vital in the days to come. As Arya and Garnet worked alongside the beast people, they began to see that the creatures were not as different from themselves as they had thought. They were proud and fierce, but they were also kind and generous. Arya began to understand that it was fear and desperation that had driven the beast people to discriminate against her, and she vowed to help them in any way she could. Together, Arya, Garnet, and the beast people fought against the demons and drove them out of the village. Before we continue, before we get to the end of this, alright, here's something cool you can do. I want to know more about that battle. Please expand more about the battle against the demons. Here we go. Here's an expanded version of the battle against the demons. This is so cool! Arya and Garnet were no strangers to battle. Ooh, we should put new music on. Battle music. What about this? No, this. There we go. Arya and Garnet were no strangers to battle. They had never faced anything like the demons that attacked the Beast People's village. The creatures were massive and terrifying, with skin as black as night and eyes that glowed with an otherworldly fire. They were relentless and vicious, and they seemed to have an unquenchable thirst for destruction. The Beast People fought bravely against the demons, but they were vastly outnumbered. Arya and Garnet knew they had to do something to turn the tide of battle. Arya drew upon all her magic power, channeling it into a single devastating attack. Garnet, for her part, summoned a massive storm, using her magic to bring lightning down upon the demons. Together, Arya and Garnet were a force to be reckoned with. The demons were no match for their combined power, and one by one they fell. But the battle was not over yet. There was still one demon left, the largest and most terrifying of them all. Its eyes fixed upon them with a look of pure hatred. Arya knew that this was the moment of truth. She drew upon all her strength and courage and launched herself at the demon with a fierce battle cry. Garnet was right by her side, her magic at the ready. The demon was a formidable opponent, but Arya and Garnet were determined to defeat it. They fought with all their might, using every trick and tactic at their disposal. In the end, it was Arya who delivered the final blow. With a mighty strike, she drove her sword deep into the demon's heart, defeating it once and for all. The battle was over, and Arya and Garnet emerged victorious. The Beast People rejoiced, and Arya knew that she'd won more than just the battle. She'd won the respect and admiration of the proud and noble creatures. From that day on, Arya and the Beast People were allies, united against a common enemy. It's so cool! It's so cool! It's writing a fucking story! It's writing an entire fucking story! Holy shit, dude! Holy shit! The next chapter should, suggestion from chat, be from the perspective of the Demon King. However, he's not as evil as previously surmised. Let's see what happens. Certainly, here's chapter 5. Let's put on different music. Let's see. What have we got? No. Here we go. The Demon King was a creature of darkness and despair. He was the ruler of all demons, feared and reviled by all who knew of him. But despite his fearsome reputation, the Demon King was not evil by nature. He was a creature of chaos, driven by a primal need to survive and thrive. As he sat upon his throne deep within the heart of his dark kingdom, the Demon King pondered the events that brought him to this point. He'd always known there would be conflict with the other races, but he'd never expected it to be this intense. He had lost many of his subjects in the battles against the humans, elves, and other creatures, and he knew he could not afford to lose any more. He needed to find a way to end the war and do it quickly. Yeah, that is what I'm saying, Lady Fluffbutt. AI in itself is not evil. The way you use it is evil. If you train AI off a specific person's art and then start selling that art as a replacement for that person's work, yeah, that's pretty evil. When you're just generating a random image, that's not evil. Fuck, my intro is a random image made with Midjourney with Pencil Paladin's art stuck in it. It's just the way it, yeah, it's just it. Anyway, here we go. As he sat and thought, the Demon King came to a realization. The other races were not his enemies. They were simply creatures trying to survive in a dangerous world. And if he could find a way to make peace with them, then perhaps they could all coexist in harmony. Auntie Maru, I told him to scratch that chapter, remember? That he wrote that chapter too fast. Or she, or it, or whatever this is. And if he could find a way to make peace with them, then perhaps they could all coexist in harmony. It was a risky move, but the Demon King knew it was the only way. He summoned his most trusted advisors and laid out his plan. They would offer peace to the other races, and in return, they would be allowed to live in peace. The advisors were skeptical, but they knew that the Demon King was wise and strategic. They agreed to help him implement his plan, and soon, envoys were sent out to the other races, bearing the offer of peace. It was a difficult road, but the Demon King was determined. He knew that if he could bring peace to his kingdom, then all would benefit. And so he worked tirelessly, striving to bring an end to the war that raged for far too long. Let's tie it back. Arya accidentally meets one of the envoys. How does she react? Chapter 6! Arya and Garnet had been traveling for weeks, and they'd seen many strange and wondrous things along the way. But nothing could have prepared them for the day that they met an envoy from the Demon Kingdom. It happened by accident, as these things often do. Arya and Garnet were making their way through a dense forest when they stumbled upon a small clearing. And there, standing in the center of the clearing, was a demon. Arya was startled by the sight, and she reached for her sword, but the demon held up his hands in a gesture of peace, and Arya could see it was not like the other demons she had encountered. It was smaller, and his eyes were filled with a strange mixture of sadness and hope. Garnet stepped forward, her magic at the ready. She was wary of the demon, but she could sense that it meant no harm. The demon spoke, his voice low and gravelly. It introduced itself as an envoy of the Demon Kingdom. By the way, the AI can handle speech. I just haven't told it to actually include speech in this story. So it's like, that's the only reason why there's no actual speech. If we wrote another story and said, hey, have speech in it, it would do that. It would have like full conversations and remember them and relate back. It's so cool. But as the envoy spoke, she began to see that it was telling the truth. The Demon King, this is bad music for this. The Demon King was tired of the war, and he was willing to do whatever it took to bring it to an end. Arya was torn. She wanted to believe that peace was possible, but she didn't know if she could trust the demons. In the end, she made the decision to hear the Demon King's offer. She knew it was a risky move. She also knew it was the right thing to do. So Arya and Garnet set off with the envoy, determined to find a way to bring peace to the land. It was a long and treacherous journey, but Arya was more determined than ever to see it through the end. Oh, okay. Arya, the envoy, and her elven entourage, I think that's how you spell it, try to convince that Beastmen village of the Demon King's truce first. Right. You can also remember character descriptions? Yes, it can remember all of it. It's insane. Until I hit this clear conversation button, it will remember it all. Arya and Garnet returned to the Beast People's village with the envoy from the Demon Kingdom, determined to present the offer of peace to the proud and noble creatures. The Beast People were skeptical at first, and they were reluctant to trust the demons. They had suffered at the hands of the demons in the past, and they were not eager to repeat the experience. But Arya was convinced that the offer was genuine, and she worked hard to persuade the Beast People to at least hear the envoy out. She told them of their own journey with the envoy, and how she had come to see that the demons were not her enemies, or their enemies. In the end, the Beast People agreed to listen to the envoy's proposal, and as the envoy spoke, they began to see that there was truth in its words. The Demon King was tired of the war, and he was willing to do whatever it took to bring it to an end. He was willing to make concessions, and he was willing to live in harmony with the other races. The Beast People are hesitant. Its memory gets worse, the text is very long, his memory quite depresses. Okay, I haven't gotten that long yet. So they agreed to accept, wait. There's something that's terrifying. So they agreed to accept the offer of peace, and they set off with Arya, Garnet, and the envoy to meet with the Demon King. It was a risky move, but it was one they knew that was worth taking. As they journeyed together, Arya, Garnet, and the Beast People grew closer. They learned to trust each other, and they formed a bond that would last a lifetime. And when they finally reached the Demon Kingdom and met with the Demon King, they knew that they had made the right choice. Peace had come to the land, and Arya knew that she had played a vital role in bringing it about. She was proud of what she had accomplished, and she knew that she had made a difference in the world. So the AI has basically made it so that we, as Arya, have just made peace with the Beast Kingdom, and the rest of the envoys made their way out to the other kingdoms. Happy epilogue, but with dark undertones and a twist. Let's see what it does. Arya and Garnet returned to the Beast People's village as heroes. They'd helped to bring peace to the land, and they were celebrated by all. But despite their joy, Arya and Garnet could not shake the feeling that the journey was far from over. They knew that there would always be dangers in the world, and they knew it would have to be vigilant in order to keep the peace. And so, Arya and Garnet set off once again, traveling across the land and using their skills and magic to defend the innocent and fight against evil. They encountered many challenges along the way, but they always stood together, united in their cause. As they traveled, Arya and Garnet formed many new friendships, and they gained many allies. They became a beacon of hope in a world filled with darkness, and they were loved and respected by all. But even as Arya and Garnet's legend grew, they knew that there were still dangers lurking in the shadows, and there were those who opposed the peace and who would stop at nothing to destroy it. Arya and Garnet knew that they would always have to be on guard, ready to defend the peace they had fought so hard to bring about. But they were not afraid, for they knew that as long as they stood together, there was nothing that they could not overcome. The end. Write a chapter from the perspective of the Demon King's dog. I am the Demon King. Oh, wait, we need better music for this. Hang on. Perfect. I am the Demon King's dog, and I have been by his side for as long as I can remember. I am a loyal and faithful creature, and I would do anything to protect my master. The Demon King is a good and wise ruler, despite what others may say. He is strong and brave, and he has always looked out for me. But lately, things have been different. The Demon King has been troubled, and he has been spending more and more time alone. He spends hours sitting in his throne room, staring off into space and muttering to himself. I don't know what is troubling him, but I can sense that it's something important, and I know that I must do everything I can to help him. So I stay by his side, offering what comfort I can. I lay my head in his lap, and I look up to him with my big soulful eyes. And slowly but surely, the Demon King begins to open up to me. He tells me of his fears and his doubts, and he confides in me his dreams of peace. He tells me that he wants to make things right, and he wants to find a way to end the war that's raged for far too long. I listen to him intently, offering what support I can, and I know that together we will find a way to make things right. The end. It's so cool. It's so cool. Dude, it's so freaking cool. God damn it. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's just... Oh. That was awesome. Thank you. Should we write another story? How long have I been live for? I don't want to be live for too long. Okay, it's been 30 minutes. Okay. Let's do this. Let's write a new story. A short but passionate tale of a pirate lost at sea, alone with nothing but his thoughts and an open sky, unable to get home, unsure of what will happen, that inevitably ends in his demise. Here we go. What's this app's name again? ChatGPT, I think? OpenAI. Oh, wait. Oh, an ad dialogue. I didn't do that. Sorry. That's fine. Okay, maybe we'll do another one after this. We'll do another one after this. Trying to find a good music for this. I'll do. The pirate stood at the bow of his ship, gazing out at the endless expanse of water that surrounded him. He was a rugged and weathered man with a long beard and scars that told the stories of his many adventures. But even the bravest of pirates can find themselves in dire straits, and that was exactly where the pirate found himself. He had been caught in a violent storm, and his ship had been tossed about like a toy in the winds. When the storm had finally passed, the pirate had found himself alone and adrift, with nothing but the open sea before him. The pirate knew that he was in trouble. He had no idea where he was, and he had no way of getting home. He was lost at sea with nothing but his thoughts and the endless sky to keep him company. As the days passed, the pirate began to lose hope. He knew that his chances of survival were slim, and he began to accept that his time on this earth was coming to an end. But even as he faced his own demise, the pirate refused to give up. He was a fighter, and he was determined to go down fighting. He spent his days searching for land, scanning the horizon for any sign of rescue. But in the end, it was all for naught. The pirate was doomed to wander the seas forever, a lonely and forgotten soul. As he drifted off into the unknown, he knew that he would be remembered only as a tale, a cautionary story of a pirate lost at sea. You want me to add monologue? Add a monologue. Okay, so it's gonna keep typing. So let's let it do that, and we'll see what the monologue is. I can't believe this, the pirate muttered to himself. How could I have been so foolish? I should have known better than to set sail in a storm like that. Now look at me, lost at sea with no hope of rescue. I guess this is it, the pirate said, his voice heavy with despair. I'm gonna die out here, all alone. No one will ever know what happened to me. I'll just fade away into the great unknown, a forgotten footnote in the histories of the sea. Keep going. But even as he faced his own... It, like, cut off. Oh, here we go. But even as he faced his own demise, the pirate refused to give up. He was a fighter and... Okay, we already saw that. I won't give up, the pirate said, his voice filled with determination. I'll find a way out of this somehow. I won't let the sea have me without a fight. But in the end, it was all for naught. The pirate was doomed to wander the seas forever, a lonely and forgotten soul. As he drifted off into the unknown, he knew he'd be remembered only as a tale, a cautionary story of a pirate lost at sea. Well, I guess this is it, the pirate said, his voice resigned. I've had a good run, but all good things must come to an end. I'll see you on the other side, wherever that may be. And with those final words, the pirate closed his eyes and surrendered to the sea, his soul drifting off into the endless horizon. The pirate becomes an insane undead zombie and attacks a merchant vessel while monologuing and screaming about his parrot, even though he never had one. Certainly, here's the alternate ending to the short tale of a pirate lost at sea with a monologue. But as the pirate drifted off into the unknown, something strange happened. His body began to twist and contort. His skin turned an eerie shade of green. And then with a jolt, sorry, I just read ahead there and see, where's my pirate? With a jolt, the pirate sat up, his eyes blazing with an unearthly light. He was no longer a man. He was a... Uh-oh. Ah, that's fine. He was no longer a man. He was a zombie, an undead monster driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The pirate let out a blood-curdling scream, and he launched himself at the nearest ship, a merchant vessel that had the misfortune of crossing his path. Where's my parrot? Parrot! Parrot! Where's my parrot? There we go. Where's my parrot? The pirate screeched, his voice filled with madness. Where's my precious parrot? I'll have your brains for breakfast, you scurvy dogs! The pirates of the merchant vessel fought bravely, but they were no match for the undead monster that was the zombie pirate. He tore through them with a ruthless efficiency, his insatiable hunger driving him on. and as the last of the merchant pirates fell, the zombie pirate let out a triumphant howl. He had found his prey, and he would feast on our brains at the end of time. So they think this is like... Oh, that's fine. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. The zombie pirate does a jig. The zombie pirate let out a triumphant howl as he stood atop the merchant's vessel. His prey vanquished, he's found his calling, and he would roam the seas forever, feasting on the brains of all who crossed his path. But even in his undead state, the pirate could not resist the call of the sea. He let out a wild cackle and began to dance a jig, his undead body moving with a grace and agility that belied his gruesome appearance. "I'm the king of the seas!" the zombie pirate shouted, his voice filled with madness. "I'm the terror of the seven seas! Beware, ye scurvy dogs, for I am the undead pirate, and I'll have your brains for breakfast!" The zombie pirate danced and cackled, his wild performance drawing the attention of ships from all around. But they all knew better than to approach him, for they knew that to cross the undead pirate was to meet their doom. And so the zombie pirate roamed the seas, a terrifying and unstoppable force, his mad jigs and cackles echoing across the waves. He was the undead pirate, and he would reign supreme for all eternity. The end. Yeah! The undead pirate finds an undead parrot, and his response is insane. The zombie pirate roamed the seas, a terrifying and unstoppable force. He cackled and danced, his mad jigs drawing the attention of ships from all around. But they all knew better than to approach him, for they knew that to cross the undead pirate was to meet their doom. But one day, as the zombie pirate was wandering the waves, he came upon a strange sight. There, perched to the mast of a ship, was a creature he'd never seen before. An undead parrot! The zombie pirate let out a scream of delight as he saw the parrot. He'd always wanted a pet, and now he'd found the perfect companion. One that was just as undead and insane as his was. "My precious hang on, no. Pirate. I am a pirate. My precious parrot!" the zombie pirate shouted, his voice filled with joy. "I've found you at last. We'll roam the seas together, you and I, terrorizing all who cross our path." The zombie pirate cawed in response, and the two of them set off on a wild and terrifying journey across the seas. They were undead pirates, and they would rule the waves for all eternity. It's so fucking cool! Holy shit, dude. I had to share this with you guys because it's just so cool. I haven't tried doing like a text RPG. Let's do a text RPG where I don't know. What was the prompt? Let's write a story. That was it. Like, we wrote all of this. Oh, sorry. The prompt for that one was, let's write a new story, a short but passionate tale of a pirate lost at sea, alone with nothing but his thoughts in an open sky, unable to get home, unsure of what will happen that will inevitably end in his demise. Let's do a text RPG. Post-apocalyptic. I am leaving my vault for the first time. All I have is a pointed stick. And who knows what mutants are out there. I have no idea if this will work, but let's see what happens. You step out of the vault, your heart racing with excitement and fear. It's the first time you've ever been outside and you have no idea what to expect. All you have is a pointed stick, a makeshift weapon that you fashioned out of a broken broom handle. Holy shit! It's like, didn't even say, I just said a pointed stick. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. You look around, taking in the desolate wasteland that surrounds you. The air is filled with the smell of smoke and decay, and the ground is cracked and dry. It's a far cry from the sterile and safe world of the vault that you've always known. You take a deep breath and begin to walk, your footsteps echoing on the ground. You have no idea where you're going, but you know that you'll have to find shelter and supplies if you're going to survive. As you walk, you can't help but wonder what kind of mutants and dangers lurk in this post-apocalyptic world. But you push those thoughts to the back of your mind and keep walking, determined to make it on your own. You've always been a survivor, and you're not about to let this new world beat you. You'll find a way to thrive no matter what it takes. What do? Follow noise. You decide to follow the strange noise in the distance. You don't know what it is, but it's better than just aimlessly wandering the wasteland. As you get closer, the noise gets louder, and you make out the sound of voices. You start to get a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach, but you push it aside and continue on. Finally, you come across a group of people huddled around a campfire. They look rough and dangerous, and you tell they're not the kind of people you want to mess with. But you're desperate, and you know you need their help if you're going to survive. You take a deep breath and approach them, your pointed stick at the ready. Who are you? One of the men growls, eyeing you suspiciously. I'm just a traveler, you say, trying to keep your voice steady. I'm looking for shelter and supplies. I could trade for them if you have anything to spare. The men look at each other and laugh. Their harsh cackles echo in the wasteland. We don't trade with strangers. One of them sneers. Well, you want to join us? Why let you leave? What do you say? Let's attack the group with a pointed stick. You decide to attack the group with your pointed stick, even though you know it's a risky move. You figure it's better to go down fighting than to be at their mercy. You charge at the group, brandishing your stick and screaming at the top of your lungs. Ah! The men are caught guard by your sudden attack, and they scramble to defend themselves. You manage to land a few. Oh my god. You managed to land a few good blows, but there are too many of them, and they quickly overpower you. You are knocked to the ground and disarmed, and you find yourself looking up the barrel of a gun. Looks like you made a big mistake, kid. Oh wait, angry. Yeah, looks like you made a big mistake, kid. One of the men snarls. You should have just joined us when you had the chance. As the men prepared to execute you, you close your eyes and pray for a miracle, but none comes, and you brace yourself for the end. But then suddenly there's a loud explosion, and the ground beneath you shakes. You open your eyes to see that a group of heavily armed soldiers have arrived. They're firing at the men who are about to kill you. You take advantage of the chaos and make a run for it, not stopping until you're far away from the danger. You survived another day in the wasteland, but you know that it won't be easy. You'll have to be more careful next time. The end. It's the best scream ever for someone attacking. Oh my god. Let's do an RPG where I'm a baby dragon who got abandoned by the mother and is trying to survive. Let's see what it does with this. You are a tiny dragon, no bigger than a kitten. Aww. You've just hatched from your egg and you're all alone in the world. Your mother was supposed to be there to protect you, but she never came. You don't know where she is or what happened to her, but you know you have to survive on your own. You are cold, hungry, and scared. Sorry. I'm a huge dinner before this. But you're also determined. You have the fire of a dragon burning inside you. God damn it. Pardon me, sorry. And you know that you can't give up. You look around trying to get your bearings. You're in a cave deep in the mountains. You can hear the sound of dripping water and the distant roar of a waterfall. You don't know where to go or what to do. All you have is your tiny wings and your sharp teeth. Aw, but you're a dragon. You will not be defeated. Let's look for food. You decide to look for food. You're starving and you need to find something to eat if you're going to survive. Use your keen sense of smell to search for prey, and you soon come across a small field mouse. It's not much, but it'll have to do. You pounce on the You pounce on the mouse, using your sharp teeth to kill it quickly. You eat as much as you can, trying to satisfy your hunger. But as you're eating, you hear a strange noise. You turn to see a group of goblins entering the cave, armed with crude weapons. Where the fuck did the goblins come from? You know that goblins are dangerous, and you have no chance against them in your current state. You decide to flee, hoping to find a safer place to hide. You spread your wings and take to the air, your tiny body darting through the cave. You can hear the goblins shouting and chasing after you, but you're faster and more agile. You emerge from the cave, soaring into the open sky. You don't know where you're going but you know that you have to keep moving. You are a dragon, and you will not be defeated. What do you do? Follow the scent of other dragons. Let's see what this does. You decide to follow the scent of other dragons, hoping to find a pack to join. You know you can't survive on your own, and you need the protection of a group. You fly for hours, your tiny wings beating against the air. You are tired and hungry, but you don't dare stop. You have to keep moving. Finally, you catch the scent of other dragons. It's faint, but it's there. You follow it, your heart racing with excitement and hope. You fly for what feels like an eternity until you see a group of dragons in the distance. They're bigger than you, and they look fierce and powerful. You approach them cautiously, not wanting to start a fight. But as you get closer, you see that they are not aggressive. They are just as surprised to see you as you are to see them. You introduce yourself and you tell them your story. They listen with interest and they seem to take pity on you. You can stay with us if you want, the leader of the pack says. We can use a young dragon like you, but you have to follow our rules, and you have to pull your own weight. You nod eagerly, grateful for the chance to join the pack. You know that it won't be easy, but you're ready for the challenge. You are a dragon, and you will not be defeated. The end. And Doom, I'm not going to do a story about 9/11. That's stupid. That is a garbage idea. Keep going with the baby dragon. So yeah, you can keep going just by typing that. I have to stop now. I'll be here all night, dude. Seriously, this is so cool. This is so cool, dudes. Now it's talking about you going to search for your mother. It's just pulling this out of its ass, and it's amazing. God damn it. God damn it, dude. It's so good. Mother, it's me. It's your baby. I'm looking for... Oh. Maybe I could do something once a week, because I have a Mid-Journey subscription. I have Epidemic Sound Library for music, and I have that AI. Maybe I'll do a story time once a week where I give it like a prompt and I read it out with voices and fun stuff for you guys to listen to. I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in, but my God, this is so freaking cool. I'm pretty sure, like, with the right prompt and the right guidance, that AI could write an entire isekai story better than half the bullshit that comes out of humans' mouths these days. It's just... Jesus. Jesus Christ. Wow. Oh, sorry, time with Icy. I'll see. Maybe there's something we can do. Oh, I know. I understand people like Lady Fluffbug came in here talking about how she hates AI. I understand there's some trepidation about AI, but the pure creativity and potential of it far outweighs the negatives in my opinion. The fact that I can sit here, type up a prompt for a story, and read it, and actually, like, it's good? And this is coming from someone... I have read thousands, possibly tens of thousands of books in my time. I'm always reading a light novel in my off time. I read countless stories from Kindle, from websites. I've got maybe over 300 physical books. I had double that before half of them got stolen from me. Ignore this, by the way. The YouTube glitches sometimes and just does that. And like that story that it wrote there, it was like, obviously it was lacking some depth and it was glossing over a lot, but with guidance, that would have been freaking awesome. I'm so amazed. I am blown away by how fucking cool this is. Wow. God damn. Anyway, that's literally all I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry for taking up more of your time tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. and are like as thrilled as I am. What's your favorite manga? Goblin Slayer. As thrilled as I am about this incredible thing. I'll probably play with it a lot more in my own time. Like, I'm gonna do a whole text-based RPG adventure with an AI as my DM. Like, Jesus. McGibby, thank you very much for the $2. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely evening. I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna go take my meds and sleep. Peace.